You big win. What's the feeling after the victory tonight?
It's a sweet feeling, you know. It's making history for me, for my country, you know. Not just the first Ecuadorian fighting for the UFC, but making big moves in a common event and finishing somebody that everybody was talking about, that had all the media behind. And you know, I don't buy anything of that bullshit. To me, it's all about work hard and fight hard. And when the cage is locked, you know, it's when I'm having fun, when I let it go, and I'm happy. I'm in good spirits, and I can't wait for the next one.
What was your mindset as the fight was starting? Cage door locks. I mean, do you have a chip on your shoulder? Because, you know, as you said, he had the hype, he had all the attention. I mean, do you go in there angry, or do you have to let that stuff go?
Man, I'm a professional fighter. To me, it's like, it's a sport outside. You know, the media. You know, you gotta behave yourself. Try to behave yourself. You know, I'm a moron, but whatever. But when it's about fighting, those things don't bug me. You know, you gotta beat those guys in the way I did in order to get what they had or whatever like that. You know, I'm not a guy that I'm chasing promotion or Instagram followers. All that shit came by fucking people up, and that's what I'm here.
You guys were feeling each other out. Looked like it was a great matchup. And then all of a sudden he starts taking a couple little wobbly steps, and it looked like there was someone. Did you pick up on that right away? I know Jason did, and he was yelling at it, but could you see there was something wrong?
Well, I see myself as a very good kicker. You know, that's how I started my career. I was, you know, throwing a lot of kicks back in the day. Now I'm putting it together in my boxing and everything. But now watching the video, I throw a hard calf kick, and after I throw a calf kick, his nerve just you know, shit happens. You know, the same way Chandler got with Primus, and my boy Alex Perez beat Formiga. You know, he kicked me really hard in the leg, but you know, my shit is stronger than his.
You got on top, landed some really big shots. As far as the stoppage goes, you feel like it was stopped at the right time?
The guy was snorking. When I landed second elbow, he was making noises. He was out. And then when I heard him get in the middle, you can see his head bounce back. I see his corner saying, like, no, that was too early. We make eye contact, and I was like, you know that shit wasn't early. And the guy was pretty quiet, you know, all of a sudden. That guy was talking shit while we were getting ready to walk to the cage. He was yelling. He's slow. I was like, dude, it's a fucking fight. Like, if you want to try to get in my head, you got to try harder than that. So I was just like, the only way to make you pay is fucking your kid up.
Last thing for me, I mean, I know how you feel about the last fight and kind of what your winning streak should be and all that. So where do you feel like you belong right now? I mean, what do you think you deserve after this? I mean, a huge win for you. What comes next?
I believe I'm a solid top 10. You know, I've been making damage in the division. If, you know, what happened in the last fight get me pretty upset, get me pretty angry, and actually make me did what I did tonight. You know, I wasn't happy. I was pushing myself a little harder. I was being hard on me. I don't give myself vacation. I don't give myself, you know, more cheat days. I was like, it's time to dig deep, and you know, that's when I find myself even better. And I came to this fight with a mission. You know, I cannot let that happen again in my life. That was terrible. You know, they take half of my check. They caught a pretty sweet fight win streak, which I'm in 7 right now. You know, I don't care what they say, what they think. I'm in a 7-win streak. I break the Chinese guy.
Chito, aquí atrás en español, aquí a tu izquierda.
Oh, yeah.
¿Cómo estás, Chito? Para toda la gente que habla español, ¿cuál fue tu sentimiento al subirte al octágono luego de todo lo que se dijo antes de la pelea?
Pues para mí subir al octágono siempre es felicidad, siempre es tranquilidad, de saber que estoy trabajando, proveyendo para mi familia, y lo que se diga o se haga antes de la pelea, para mí simplemente es algo nada más. O sea, no le doy mucha importancia. No, para mí lo que importa es el performance dentro del cage, poner un peleón y partir a mi oponente. ¿No? O sea, yo no presto mucha atención a lo externo. Yo me enfoco en mí mismo y me ha ido bien así.
Chito, como todo latino tiene la sangre caliente, ¿cómo aguantarse? ¿Cómo no caer en provocaciones? Especialmente al ver que O'Malley salió con los colores de tu bandera como una manera de burla en el cabello.
Pues ya vimos quién fue el que salió con la burla más grande, ¿no? Y para mí esas cosas no me molestan, ¿no? Es muy difícil meterte en mi cabeza. Crecí en una familia que nos odiamos los unos a los otros y nos decíamos de todo. Con mis amigos somos así también. Entonces, para mí realmente es difícil que algo se meta en mi cabeza, ¿no? A mí me gusta pelear y cuando se cierra la jaula, pues salgo con todo.
Chito, I think a lot of people were going crazy about how honest you were that Joe Rogan's advice on his podcast helped you out. Can you tell us a couple more things you've gotten from listening to Joe Rogan?
I think Joe Rogan pumped me up pretty good. The way he talks about inspiration, motivation, hard work, and stuff like that. That's something that I really admire from him. He seems to be like a solid guy, and when he talk about things like that, he's a pretty good motivator. The way he says, "Conquer your inner beast, push yourself," and I remember a long time ago they talk about the immigrant mentality, and I captured that pretty good because that's me right there. That's the meaning of being myself. Coming from a small town in Ecuador, moving to California, my whole family, buying a house, and keep going forward, trying to achieve my dreams and keep my family safe and happy. Those things is what I am. I'm an immigrant and I'm somebody that came to this country to take advantage for good, not for the bad, and just work hard. Work hard will always pay off.
Did you talk to him while you were there? Did you ask him if you could be on the podcast?
That's a thing I will never do. Everybody asking for that. Everybody want to be there because people want to be famous. People want to be talking Instagram. I'm not a person that I'm chasing that type of stuff. If he invite me one day, it will be a pleasure. I will love it. But I'm not a person that asks for those type of things. Like, hey, can you invite me there? It's a good question, but it's pretty silly when people try like that. Things when you want things, they will come to you.
You talked about during the quarantine, you just had time to train, dye your hair, and get tattoos. This is the biggest win of your career. Are you going to get a special tattoo to celebrate?
I got a pretty big dragon tattoo in my leg. I got to put some work on that, but I really don't know. I don't know what I'm going to get. I got to talk to my tattoo artist. I have a couple guys, so I don't know. And, what I'm going to do is, take my family out, spend time with my kids, because when I'm in camp, in all the quarantine, I was training like a maniac. I was running every day. I was hitting the back. I was, I was losing my head in a good way. I was just training like an idiot because there was nothing to do. Everything was closed, and I was might as well get in a crazy good shape. And, that's what makes you win fights.
You were waiting back there for us to continue the press conference, and I saw you on your phone. What are the people saying to you? What are they sending to you right now about your victory?
Oh, I cannot even count that right now. Like, my phone explode. Like, my Instagram got shut down. My Twitter got shut down because I got way too many notifications. And that's pretty sweet, when people recognize your hard work, your dedication, Steve-O was saying congrats. My boy Masvidal was saying congrats. So it's like, it's pretty cool to get the support from people you admire and stuff like that. Kelly Slater called me earlier, and those things are pretty sweet. Those things count more to me than, have, stupid hype or shit like that. When Conor said it better, real recognize real, and I like that.
Congrats.
Thank you, man. Okay.